Nightwolf, end of beta project number 1, Case Files of Jackson City, final beta recap issue. Shahart opening, the city that never stopped bleeding. Jackson City at night was never truly quiet. Even when the streets were empty, the past still echoed. On a rooftop overlooking the skyline, Max Jackson, Nightwolf, stood alone, wind cutting across his mask, eyes locked on the horizon. Bruce Parker's voice came through comms softly. "You sure you want to do this recap?" Nightwolf didn't move. "I need to." The city lights flickered below like distant warnings. The criminal ledger begins. Nightwolf activates his system. A holographic archive unfolds in front of him. Names, faces, crimes, encounters. Crime lords and masterminds. Lorenzo Vitale, the Purple Man. Luciano Moretti, the Roman. Marco DeLuca, Victor Halden, Raheem Al-Zafir, Marcus Halverson. Core costume threats. Victor Cade, Red Mask, Vivian Locke, Foxwoman, Dominic Falconer, Struthers, Ostrich. Marcus Matthews, the Shadow Man. Darius Kane, Volt. Malcolm Pierce, Night Metahumans and Experiments, Red Mist, The Brain, Scar, Elias Frost, Cryostorm, Alara Bloom, Verdantia. Themed psychological cases. Victor Cipher, The Enigma, Putty, Ichabod Crane, Scarecrow. Assassins and Specialists, Quick Shade, Red Dragon Mercenaries. Unique, Symbolic Threats, Cheshire Cat. Victor Lorne Hale, The Octopus, Miles Corrin, Pigeon, Evan Rook, Daydog, Scorpion, Shockwave. Final system note. Nightwolf, the holograms flicker. Each name disappears after being displayed, like they're being judged. Bruce finally speaks. "That's a lot of ghosts." Nightwolf answers quietly. "They're not ghosts." A pause. "They're still out there." Final monologue. Nightwolf closes the archive. The city below continues moving. Unaware. Unfinished. "I didn't clean the city," he says. "I just learned its language." He turns away from the skyline, and the screen behind him shuts off. One final line appears. Beta project, Nightwolf archive complete. But somewhere in the dark, a new file begins to open. Nightwolf, end of beta project number 2, After the Mask, post-beta continuation report. Opening, the archive reopens. The bat-like skyline of Jackson City stretched endlessly beneath the night fog. On the same rooftop as before, Max Jackson, Nightwolf, stood again. But this time, the system didn't feel finished. It felt continued. Bruce Parker's voice crackled through comms. "You're back in the archive again?" Nightwolf answered quietly. "I didn't close it properly." A new holographic interface flickered to life. Case file Nightclaw. The first file opens. Dr. Rafael Navarro, Nightclaw. A masked figure appears. Half clinical record, half vigilante file. Bruce reacts instantly. "That's the guy trying to be a hero?" Nightwolf nods. "Not trying." A pause, struggling. The file continues. Former doctor, metahuman physical enhancement incident, unconfirmed origin source, operates under identity, Nightclaw. Behavior pattern, protective, unstable morality alignment. Nightwolf lowers his gaze. He wants to be good, but he doesn't know what good looks like yet. Case file, Dr. Adrian Thornfield. The second file opens. Adrian Thornfield, a clean profile, too clean. Bruce frowns. "I don't like files that look like they're hiding something." Nightwolf replies, "That's because they usually are." Notes appear. Psychiatric specialist, experimental behavioral control research, possible indirect ties to metahuman conditioning programs. No confirmed field activity yet. Nightwolf closes it quickly. He doesn't act. He prepares other people to act for him. Case file, Cult of Jackson City. The screen distorts. Symbols appear instead of names. Cult of Jackson City. Bruce goes silent. "That's new." Nightwolf responds, "No, it was always there. We just didn't see it." The file shows underground ideological network, connected to multiple disappearances, possible links to asylum patients and masked figures, unknown leadership structure. The file locks itself. Continue. Nightwolf scrolls faster now. Like he already knows what's coming. Red helmet, identity mantle passed between unknown individuals. Symbol of escalating violent vigilante activity. The Flock. Survivor group tied to Professor Sheep case. Condition, emotionally and neurologically altered victims. Eliza Varn, Professor Sheep. Former identity, high-level industrial owner. Current status, unknown location. Psychological dominance over flock confirmed. Nightwolf's hand tightens slightly. Final case block. Titan and the killers. The final files open rapidly. Titan, mercenary war figure, childhood imprisonment history, city-level destabilization intent. Leonard Vale, ventriloquist, puppet-linked psychological disorder, inmate 1112, Ravenshade Asylum. Curtis Jones, killer lizard, metahuman reptilian mutation, former wrestler, cannibalistic behavioral episodes documented. Bruce exhales sharply. That's a lot of monsters. Nightwolf corrects him. No. A pause. A lot of people who stop being seen as people. Closing. Nightwolf's thought. The archive dims. The city outside remains unchanged. But Nightwolf doesn't move. I thought the beta project was the beginning, he says quietly. It wasn't. Bruce asks, what was it then? Nightwolf looks at the skyline. A warning. The system powers down. But in the distance, a new signal appears. Unregistered, unstable, still active. Nightwolf, end of beta project number 3, residuals. Post-beta continuation report. Opening, what remains? The skyline of Jackson City was quieter tonight. Not safer, just quieter. On the rooftop, Max Jackson, Nightwolf, stood over a new data stream. Bruce Parker's voice came through the comms. Only 2 files tonight? Nightwolf nodded. Some things don't need more than that. The hologram flickered on. 2 names, 2 unresolved cases. Case file, Putty. The first file opens slowly, almost reluctantly. Putty, a shifting silhouette appears in the projection, never staying the same shape for more than a second. Bruce leans in. That's the actor guy, right? Nightwolf replies, was. A pause. Still thinks he is. File notes appear. Former stage performer, metahuman transformation into living clay-like substance, identity instability and mimicry behavior, emotional residue of past life, persists in speech patterns. Bruce frowns. So what is he now? Nightwolf watches the shifting form, something that forgot how to stop performing. A silence. Then Nightwolf adds, but still remembers how to feel. The file closes itself slowly. Case file, Night Climber. The second file opens immediately. Night Climber. The image is unstable. A twisted, scorpion-like demonic silhouette crawling across impossible surfaces. Walls, ceilings, air. Bruce stiffens. That thing wasn't human. Nightwolf responds quietly. Doesn't matter what it was. It still attacked like it understood fear. File notes. Demonic Scorpion-class entity, appeared in multiple structural breaches, weak but highly aggressive movement patterns, unknown origin classification, possible dimensional or mutation-based anomaly. Bruce asks, so you stopped it? Nightwolf pauses. I ended the threat. A beat, but I didn't understand it. The hologram glitches. For a moment, the Night Climber appears again, closer this time. Interlinked observation, Nightwolf steps forward. A new connection appears between both files. Putty, Night Climber. Bruce notices it too. They're connected? Nightwolf shakes his head slightly. Not directly. A pause. But everything in this city echoes. The system struggles to stabilize. Final thought. Nightwolf closes the archive manually this time. No automation, no system ending, just control. Bruce speaks softly. You're thinking too hard again. Nightwolf replies, I don't think enough people are thinking at all. He looks out at the city. Putty is what happens when identity breaks. The Night Climber is what happens when something breaks into us. A long silence. Bruce finally says, that's not comforting. Nightwolf nods. It's not meant to be. End of Nightwolf, end of beta project number 3.
Telling the story in lockup, you might want to